Alright, what's up guys? This is Casey with 5 Minute Motivation. Today, I'm going to be giving you a book review on a phenomenal book that I read recently called Go Suck a Lemon. With emotional intelligence, there's a few different elements of it, right? A personal element where it's understanding yourself. There's also a social element where it's understanding other people. This book focuses more on ourselves, understanding what we feel, why we feel it, so on and so forth. It's not too much about social relations. I would say that it's a mix of psychology, but also philosophy. The way that he writes is very, very wise. But at the same time, it's supplemented by important psychological information about emotional intelligence. An interesting mix of this very thought-based, but also very concept-based writing, and they come together in this just beautiful piece of work.
Alright, so I'm going to do a voiceover for this part. I hope that's okay. Now, there's 3 big ideas in the book, and the first is the idea of unconditional acceptance. The second is that we have to be accountable for our feelings, and the third is that you have to know yourself. Now, with unconditional acceptance, it's both of self and of others, and then there's a few smaller ideas there as well. And with the idea of being accountable for our own emotions, there's knowing that other people don't control our emotions, and then also understanding how to handle them. And finally, for knowing yourself, it's recognizing your traits, your strengths and weaknesses, and not acting for other people, as well as the idea of positive self-talk. I also made a digital version of the mind map that I just showed you in this video, so if you're interested in that, I'll have the link for it below.
Well written, he provided a lot of personal examples from his life. Entire chapters were devoted just to telling stories about his life. And you would get so engaged in the story, you'd forget about everything else in the book. That was pretty cool. Now, I definitely think that you should read this book, specifically if you're looking for a few things. And the first thing would be if, 1, you want to get to know yourself a little bit better. 2, you want to feel better about yourself. 3, you want to have more control over your feeling. If you are trying to get better in any of those areas, or you want all 3 of these things, this book, Go Suck a Lemon by Michael Cornwall, is definitely the way to go. Of course, there's the big question, right? Is this one of the must-reads? As much as I hate to say this, I don't think it's one of the must-reads. I mean, I've read some really phenomenal books in my life, but they weren't must-reads just because they were good. They were must-reads because they had a life-changing perspective. I think that this is a really useful perspective to have, but it's not necessarily life-changing. However, if I were to give this book a rating, like I do with all of my books, I would give it the rating of a 9. I think that this is just a phenomenal book. I've said phenomenal like 5 times in this video. It's a great book. It's really well written. It's got some super good ideas. He's got really, really good stories to tell about his life, a lot of background experience in the field. All in all, I would give it a very high rating. It's definitely up there among some of the best books I've ever read on this topic and just in general. And I would recommend it to anybody. So it's not a book that you have to read, but it is a good book and you should definitely read it if you have the time, money, or interest, because it's super good. I actually have to go now. All of my time is up in this room, but it's perfect because I finished it all just in time. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you'd like to know more about the book, feel free to comment below. I'll be sure to share links to anything that I mentioned in this video if I can. Please like or subscribe to the channel, whatever, or share it if you thought it was useful. I'd love for as many people as possible to know about this book. Again, it's super good. But otherwise, thank you for watching. Let's go, baby.